Hello everyone, I'm Yazan Ibrahim, or as some of you might know me, Yazan Abu Ghosh. Today we're going to dive into a fascinating and essential topic from Chapter 4, Part B, Business Resilience 4.12, Business Impact Analysis. If you are a seasoned auditor, or just curious to understand how information systems into business environments, you've come to the right place. Let's begin. Picture this. You're the captain of a ship sailing across calm waters. Suddenly, without warning, a massive storm brews on the horizon. The waves crash, the winds howl, and you're forced to act immediately to keep your ship afloat. Now imagine if you hadn't prepared. No lifeboats, no storm protocols, no contingency plan. That's what it's like for businesses without a resilience plan when disruptions strike. They might stay afloat for a while, but the consequences of being unprepared can sink them over time. This is where business resilience comes into play. It's the organization's ability to adapt, survive, and operate throughout unforeseen disruptions and recover afterward. It's an essential concept in today's fast-paced, interconnected world where threats like cyber attacks, natural disasters, and even infrastructure failures are always lurking, but there's more to it than having a vague just-in-case plan. Business resilience is structured, comprehensive, and integrated directly with the inner workings of the organization. And no, it's not just about IT recovery or data backups, it goes much deeper. Let's unpack exactly what this all means. The core purpose of business resilience. At its heart, business resilience ensures continuous operations even when challenges arise. Most organizations already have some form of disaster recovery plans or DRPs in place. These DRPs typically focus on restoring IT systems, servers, networks, critical infrastructures, and safeguarding essential data. Think of them like the life rafts on your business ship. But here's the catch. Many organizations overlook the broader picture. What happens if IT is down for an extended period? How will key business functions like production or payroll continue? For instance, you might back up your databases, but how will your finance team operate without access to critical applications in the interim? This is where business continuity plans, or BCPs, step into the spotlight. BCPs bridge the gap between technological recovery and operational functionality. They align with the organization's goals and tolerance for risk, focusing on how departments, roles, and processes can adapt during disruption. It's not enough for IT systems to recover. The entire business must keep running. The foundation, Business Impact Analysis, BIA. Creating a resilient and cohesive plan starts with a systematic approach known as Business Impact Analysis, or BIA. Think of BIA as detective work. It identifies what processes are truly critical to your organization and how long you can afford for them to be unavailable before significant losses pile up. But why is BIA so crucial? Well, even if an organization has already completed a thorough risk assessment, there's often room for surprises. Sometimes less visible dependencies emerge only during the BIA process. Imagine a key business process you depend on, like payroll systems, being supported by a smaller, often overlooked IT component. If that little piece fails, everything attached to it collapses too. BIA catches these hidden links. What does a strong BIA require? A successful BIA hinges on collaboration. It needs senior management sponsorship to gain traction, technical insight from IT teams, and process knowledge from key end users. Why? Because every department and every role has its own critical systems and dependencies. The analysis looks beyond the obvious. Not all business processes are created equal. Some might immediately come to mind. Systems that handle client payments, compliance with legal regulations, or production lines. But others, like customer support systems or supply deliveries, might fly under the radar. Yet their absence, even for a short time, can spiral into chaos. For example, imagine a bank unable to replace customized credit cards because their chip supplier was delayed. Accurate BIA ensures these potential points of failure are recognized ahead of time. Measuring impact, the downtime spectrum. A key part of BIA is assessing the impact of downtime on each process. How long can your business survive if one system is offline? Hours, days, or even weeks? To clarify this, downtime is often categorized into three tiers. 1. High impact. Processes that must resume immediately to avoid catastrophic losses such as hospital patient records or air traffic control. 2. Medium impact. Processes that can tolerate interruptions for a short time, such as dispatching finished goods. 3. Low impact. Processes that have minimal urgency, such as internal reporting. Financial loss is always at the core of these assessments. For example, if your system goes down, What's the estimated cost of idle workers, halted sales, delays in procurement, or reputation damage? Each downtime category has real-world consequences, which must be weighed in the planning process. Building scenarios, recovery time, and data loss. Two critical metrics, RTO, recovery time objective, and RPO, recovery point objective, set the stage for recovery planning. RTO measures how quickly IT and business processes must resume to prevent significant impact. Is it a few hours or a couple of days? For example, a bank may need its online banking restored overnight. In contrast, a manufacturer might be able to tolerate delays of a day or two. RPO measures how much data loss is acceptable between the last backup and recovery. For high-stakes industries like finance, the margin for loss is razor-thin, just seconds or minutes. The balance between these metrics and their associated costs is critical. For instance, recovering a system in under 1 hour might mean extensive investments in redundant systems, regular testing, and on-demand backup sites. The cost rises as the target time frame shortens, so organizations must carefully analyze the trade-offs between financial burden and operability. Recovery strategies and ranking systems. Once critical processes are identified, the next step is choosing recovery strategies tailored to your organization's operations and budget. Different strategies exist, such as maintaining live mirrored systems known as hot sites, or relying on periodic backups with a longer recovery time, cold sites. The right choice is guided by your business size, industry, and the outcomes of your BIA. Organizations also classify systems based on their criticality. 1. Critical. These systems must be operational immediately, with little room for workarounds. For example, a hospital's patient record system or an online retailer's checkout cart. 2. Vital. These processes can operate manually, but only for a limited time. Payroll systems might fall into this category. 3. Sensitive. These can operate manually for longer, but doing so is resource intensive and costly. 4. Non-sensitive. Systems in this category can afford prolonged downtime without significant harm. Balancing costs, the U-curve of business resilience. The debate over downtime versus recovery costs boils down to a balancing act. Imagine plotting a U-curve. On one side, we have the costs of downtime, which increase the longer disruptions persist. This covers lost sales, idling production, and market reputation damage. On the other side, we have recovery costs, which decrease over time. The more stringent the recovery requirements, such as achieving zero downtime, the higher the upfront costs. The sweet spot lies at the bottom of the U-curve, a balance between resilience and financial constraints. A business's job is to find this minimal cost point, where both disruption and recovery expenses are manageable. In summary, business resilience isn't just about reacting to disasters, it's about proactively preparing for them. Without strong continuity and disaster recovery plans, businesses risk losing revenue, reputation, and even future viability. From conducting BIA to crafting recovery strategies, this is a structured, team-driven effort that requires looking beyond surface-level IT recovery. After all, the real goal isn't just survival, it's continuity. Because in today's unpredictable world, the storm will come. The only question is, will your business sink or will it sail on? Thank you for watching, and as always, continue learning. Stay curious, and we'll see you next video.